Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Luna. I'm so happy you joined me today. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe before you leave. But today we are continuing my zodiac series and we're gonna talk all about the sign of Taurus and my favorite things to do during this Taurus season to kind of like embody the Taurus energy and to really just feel into it. So if this is your first episode in the series, I do have Pisces and Aries up, so you can watch those if you want to get more in tune with yourself, if those are in your chart, wherever. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. I do want to shout out my Patreon. I have a new goal, so I'm trying to get to 10 Patreons by the end of April. So if you guys want to come on there, it's super fun. It's very personal. I kind of just like hang out and chat, and I do a monthly live Q&A. I have a monthly tarot reading, a monthly full moon ritual, tons of just like really fun behind the scenes stuff. So yeah, also early access to all my videos and podcasts. So definitely a fun place to be. I'll leave that in the link below if you are able to and enjoy my YouTube channel and all the stuff that I put out and are able to support me. That would be awesome. But yeah. So starting with Taurus season, you guys. So if this is your first episode, basically I have a little kind of outline that I go through where I talk about the sign, why I think it's really good to go into it. So I will kind of talk about that just in case you're new, if this is your first video. The reason I do these videos is because I think it's super important to really feel into that, the astrological energy that we're currently in, because regardless of if you know about it or not, those influences are going to be present in your life. And so having that prior knowledge and being like, okay, for example, in Aries season, I was very aggressive. And so I was like, okay, I can know that I am just feeling these energies heavily because Aries is super strong in my chart. And I can give myself a bit of like comfort and like, hey, it's okay. Like, I know, you can just be a little bit more forgiving with yourself and maybe understand your motives and that of those around you. So it is really just good having that knowledge. You can kind of understand yourself and others a bit better. It's also a good excuse to learn a bit about your birth chart if you guys are interested in that. And it's also just, I think, a really good way to kind of stop and be mindful and present of the moment that you're in, because you can kind of take these different, rituals or ideas that I give you and make it like a date with yourself and be like, okay, we are going to celebrate Taurus energy today. Just giving yourself an excuse to celebrate, giving yourself an excuse to do something mindful and beneficial for yourself. So that's kind of why I do these videos. I hope you guys like them. I hope they're beneficial for you. I definitely really enjoy getting immersed into whatever season we're in, even if it's not very heavy in my chart, just because, if it is heavy in your chart, it gives you a way to kind of get to know yourself a bit better and do things that you love. And if it is something that you don't have a whole lot of in your chart, it kind of is a way to expand yourself and to learn about that sign and to also just kind of see life from a different perspective, maybe. So that's why I do these. Also, my first little, grab your notebook thing, the first thing I'm going to tell you to do is to pull up your birth chart and to look at where Taurus is in your chart. If you have any planets, any nodes, whatever, look at what is Taurus in your chart. And if you don't have any planets or anything, that doesn't mean you don't have any Taurus. You still definitely have Taurus in a house. So this is why looking at the wheel rather than like CoStar or something is very beneficial, because you can see your whole chart. It's like a little pizza, right? And there's all the different 12 houses, and Taurus lives somewhere in one of your 12 houses. And where it is kind of can kind of tell you a bit about what themes might come up this month for you. So even, it's nice because even if you don't have any Taurus, like in your planets or anything, you still can connect to the Taurus energy because it is sitting somewhere in your chart. We all have everything. We're all made up of the same stuff. It's just distributed differently. Taurus is usually ruling the second house of materialism, finances, you know, that kind of structure. You think of like the pentacles and stuff with the tarot suits. So that's where he usually lives, you know, Taurus energy. But wherever it is in your chart, very, very beneficial to look at. You can also look at what's going on in your second house, since Taurus does rule the second house. See, you know, what's going on, what sign do you have, what planets live there, if there's anything happening there, because that can also be a bit of like a prediction for things that might come up this season. So a little bit about Taurus. I always like to give a pretty brief explanation about each sign because I don't ever want to just like talk and then someone be like, I don't know what the heck she's talking about. Like, why is that something you would do? So I'm just gonna tell you a bit about Taurus. Sorry if you guys already know this, maybe you'll learn something new, but Taurus season is from April 19th to May 20th. So, you know, pretty similar structure as any others, but those are the dates. It is an earth sign, okay? So you got that earthy energy, you know, being grounded, being very, very smart financially. It is a fixed sign as well when you look at the modality. So if you don't know about the modalities, you have fixed, cardinal, and mutable. And so each sign fits into one of those. And so being fixed, it's a bit stubborn, okay? So before last season, we were in Aries, which was a cardinal sign. And Aries is known for being very stubborn, but they, as a cardinal, are like full of energy. Like, we're gonna do this. I'm stubborn and I'm gonna go do it. And I'm gonna do it myself because I know it's right. You know, it's a lot more energetic, and also they're fiery. But with fixed, it's stubborn, but it's more like stuck in your ways a bit, and it's grounded. It's not gonna go be crazy like Aries. You know, stubborn in a similar way, but still very different with how they execute that stubbornness. And of course, the glyph, the little icon, you know, what we think of is the bull, which brings us back to that stubbornness, that fixedness, you know. Aries is the ram. I like to compare the two because they're similar but very different. And a lot of people, you know, consider them very similar. You have the ram and the bull, right? So very similar in your mind, but when you think of how they act, it's very, very different, right? The bull is like super like fixed and in place and like stubborn but strong and like, you know, all that stuff. And then the ram is just like going crazy, just fighting everyone. Stubborn, yes, but full of energy. Not to say that Tauruses are not full of energy, but definitely not as much as Aries. And my favorite part about Taurus is that it is ruled by the planet Venus. So each sign is ruled by a planet, and Taurus is Venus. So that is the planet of love, beauty, affection, attraction, the things you love. It's a great planet. It's my favorite. Which Venus also rules Friday. So, you know, Fridays, make sure to have fun on Fridays. And this also makes Taurus a feminine sign. So usually in astrology, each sign is given a feminine or masculine attribute, and it's not really how we view femininity and masculinity in like the traditional, like our society, right? It's more of that, is it more flowy and creative, or is it more strict and, you know, logistical, right? So that's kind of how the different energies are viewed. It's the yin and the yang, you know. Every culture has, you know, those two different polarities. It's just like the wording that you give to it. My basic explanation for how I view Tauruses is that they are stubborn, yes, but very relaxed, always wanting to be home, you know, curled up with a book, with like a blanket, drinking some nice warm coffee. You know, they're like the very, very chill people. They are also known for having really expensive or like delicate taste, which I definitely feel in my Taurus rising, in the sense, not that I'm like out here buying Gucci, because it's not the like class taste, it's the I want soft, nice fabrics. Like, I will spend money on something that is silky or feels good, or something that tastes very good, right? Spending lots of money on good food. Tauruses are definitely the ones who DoorDash or eat street all the time. I definitely am guilty of that. You know, they can be good cooks, good gardeners. Usually they have a very soothing voice, and that kind of just falls into that nurturing, like the very calm, like they make you feel right at home type of vibe. I also like to include colors that I associate with Tauruses. I always think of greens and pinks, mainly because of the Venus ruling, but also just that earthiness, so lots of greens, different like shades of green, and also like a nice caramel color. Like I think I have a suede dress that is like a caramel color, and it's just like the most Taurusy thing to me. So when we overall as a collective look at entering Taurus season, I always like to look at what did we just do? So we just ended Aries season. So we had all that energy, all that startup energy, starting a new project, getting so excited. And now Taurus energy is giving us that sustainability, right? So they're very stubborn, they're fixed, and they can continue that work steadily, because Aries can run out of energy very fast. They have all that startup energy, but they are not very good at following through. So Tauruses are carrying through that energy and helping keep those projects afloat. And also, this is a great time to tap into your creativity, right? We're ruled by Venus right now. So being ruled by Venus, we have all this like beauty and creativity and art within us. So, you know, that's I always am like preaching to do some art projects, and that's totally just all my art energy. But I think now is a great time to do that. So that's my little quick explanation about Tauruses. Now I want to give you guys my favorite rituals, my favorite routines that I use to incorporate the Taurus energy into my day-to-day life, especially around this time. Now, I will say this is kind of a sad season because I am a Taurus rising, Aries sun, and Pisces moon. So from Pisces season to Taurus season, I am just in my element, literally. And so after this, you know, it's no longer my, my big three, because I have them right squished together. So this is my last time to really feel my own energy, and then I'm thrown off into the world of different signs, which will be fun. But yeah, so just rest in peace to my big three, that cycle coming to an end until next year. So these are my tips for you guys on how to incorporate Taurus into your daily life. My first one, we're gonna play with the element of earth. And I'm gonna tell you guys that you should go camping or have a picnic. If you're not a big camper, I get it, like, whatever, that's fine. Have a picnic or go have a campfire out like on a campsite for the night. You don't have to stay there if you don't want to. But getting grounded into earth, getting grounded into nature, this is such a perfect time to do that, because we had all that sporadic fiery energy in the past, and now is the time to relax and get back grounded into earth, recuperate so that you can sustain your energy. So this is it's a beautiful time to just remind yourself of the world around you, all the beautiful like gifts that Mother Nature gives us. And it's a beautiful time for most climates, I think, especially here in the Midwest. Everything's blooming, it's springtime, and it's starting to become like mid-spring, so everything's really, really pretty. And, even just taking a walk and observing the nature, it's really, really good. Just making sure that you're taking time to get grounded into the earth energy, especially if you don't have a whole lot of earth energy within your chart. This is an especially good time to get grounded and allow yourself that. My next tip is one of my favorites. Have a spa day, because like I said, we are being ruled by Venus right now. So this is the planet of beauty and love. So self-love is important right now, and go ahead and do your superficial self-love if you want. I'm the first to preach like, hey, don't just do face masks. You need to do shadow work. You need to do inner child healing. And I totally agree with myself. But now is also the time to have a mask, do your nails, do the things that make you feel beautiful. If you look in the mirror and you don't already see a goddess, you're gonna make sure by the end of Taurus season that you do, okay? Because this is the time to realize that you are a goddess. And I'm gonna reference my, I don't know where it is, my You Are a Goddess book. You can't even see it, by Sophie Bashford. If you haven't read it, read it. I will link it below. It is such a good book. Really great for finding your inner goddess and, realizing that you are a bad bitch. You know what I mean? And I mean that in the most loving way. But yeah, this is the time to realize that you're powerful and beautiful and a goddess. You know what I mean? So go ahead and have a spa day, do your makeup, do your hair, get your nails done, whatever it means to you, because I know not everybody likes those things. but even if it's just getting a nice new lotion that smells good, even if it's just shaving your legs, or literally whatever makes you feel good, whatever makes you feel like you're worshiping yourself as a goddess, do that, okay? Because we're ruled by Venus. It's my favorite planet. Every Friday I love it. My next tip is to cuddle up with those you love, even if it's just a pet, and watch just a chill movie and order in food and drink some warm coffee or hot chocolate and just have the most chill, relaxing time. You know, you can like read a good book if there's a book you've been loving, if there's a book you used to love, watch an old movie that you love, you know, that like nostalgia and familiarity and comfort. The other day I was just like kind of stressed, and so I was like, I want to watch The House Bunny because that was my favorite movie as a teenager, and I know it's kind of silly and like it's not very thought-provoking or anything, but it has that like safe, comfortable familiarity, which I think is so soothing and important, and it really feeds that Taurus energy. So ordering in some really good food, eating stuff that makes you feel good, drinking something warm, reading a good book, watching a good movie, and cuddling up with someone you love or a pet or even just yourself. It's such a comforting and relaxing time, and this is exactly the time to do that because that's like the most Taurus. This next one is a little spicy. Okay, so this is to give or get a massage. Tauruses are like being an earth sign also, but they love working with their hands. They're very hands-on. And also being ruled by Venus, they're very, very sensual. So there's a lot of sensuality. So if you have a partner, or even just like yourself, just give yourself a massage, give your partner a massage, even go get a massage. Like getting a massage will really just make you feel like the goddess you are, but also giving a massage is like just as good in Taurus season because again, Venus, the planet of love, Tauruses love working with their hands and like giving that gift to someone you love, right? And so it can be a really great sensual experience. You can get fun like scented body oils and stuff. And again, you can just give it to yourself and like have a good time. And of course, I always like to include crystals that are really good to meditate with or to just carry with during this season because especially if you're not super Taurus, it might be nice to have some crystals that have that same vibration of Taurus energy because it'll just help you get in tune with it a bit better. So jade is a great crystal to have that really amplifies that Taurus energy, that like beauty and strength, and it really just, it's just the most Taurus thing. Selenite is another great crystal because in my notes I said we all need some peace and calm after Aries energy, which like is true, and I can say that as an Aries sun. Selenite's a great crystal. If you don't have it, it's an amazing crystal to have, but it's cleansing and it does promote that like peace and clarity, which I do think is really good after that Aries season. I was very aggressive. And pyrite is a great earthy crystal, but it also is so good for manifestation and bringing positive energy, like literally any type of goodness you want in your life, have pyrite. It's a dream crystal. Another thing I do each video, if you guys are new here, you don't know, if you're coming back, I hope you're excited. I have my Taurus playlist, and again, after these 3 signs, once we jump into Gemini, it'll be a bit harder for me to make these playlists because it's not a huge part of me. So Pisces, Aries, and Taurus playlists were so easy. I literally went through my music and was like, this is how I feel when I'm very Pisces. This is how I feel when I'm very Aries. And it was so easy. So after this, we'll see how good I do. You guys will have to let me know in the comments if I maintain my good music selection for further signs. But the Taurus playlist will be listed below. I always think that having music to really, really amp up that energy is so good. And it could be because I'm a singer, an artist, like I feel very connected to music. But I do think even when you're just cleaning, when you're doing whatever, having music that embodies that energy can really help you to kind of embrace it and try something new. And also, guys, this is going to be a great playlist because Taurus, like I said, it's just chill vibes. It's literally like lo-fi hip-hop beats to chill/study to, which is always playing in my house. So it's going to be a fun time. It's going to be good. And my last tip, following the theme of things I've done, I always include a part for Glamour magic because that's something I feel very strongly about. And so for Taurus, this is a very This is a very great time for glamour magic because it's all about embracing your natural beauty, okay? Being ruled by the planet of Venus, you know, you might think, oh, this is the time I need to, you know, really amp up my makeup game. Not true. You don't need to. Obviously do so if that's something you're interested in. But Taurus is such a, when I envision a Taurus goddess, for example, I really do imagine like a forest nymph with like long flowing hair and like no makeup and like freckles just like frolicking through the fields. And this is what I think glamour magic should embody for Taurus season. Obviously totally take, you know, what you feel, like how you interpret it. But these are just my tips. I'm not trying to tell you how to look or anything, but my plans for Taurus glamour magic is to truly embrace my natural beauty and to, you know, realize that you are a goddess without makeup, right? Just like how you are is beautiful and perfect. And I know I sound like preachy and like you know, self-love, you know, type of stuff, but that's truly how I feel. And I will actually link, last year I did a Taurus-inspired makeup, hair, and outfit. And so I'll link that below if you guys are looking for some inspiration. That's just kind of what I was feeling last season. And I think it's really good still. I think it embodies that Taurus energy very well. And even with this, I really kind of picture the feeling of not wearing makeup, but wearing like a nice good facial moisturizer and like lip gloss and maybe like mascara, things that genuinely feel good on your skin. Like I know when I pop on a good moisturizer, I feel great. And like lip gloss just feels really good unless it's windy, which it oftentimes is here. But you know what I mean? It's that it's more so being beautiful because you feel good and because you feel comfortable in your own skin. And that's just like totally the highlight for Taurus energy. You know, there's nothing worse than feeling like you look great, but you're like, I can't move in this outfit, or like if I blink, my eyelashes will fall off. That is the total opposite of what Taurus energy should be. For clothing, I'm actually wearing something that feels very Taurusy, though not necessarily the color scheme I would go for, but something comfy and flowy, something you can move in, something that's breezy, that feels soft and nice to the touch. You know, the things that feel most Taurus to me are like silk or like suede, very soft things. Those things make me feel very happy. Clothes that, and also I think of like flowy lace dresses and just things with like not necessarily ruffles, but like, you know, like just flowy, loose things. Things that feel comfortable, that still make you feel like a goddess. Also, I put in my notes, put flowers in your hair, connect your beauty to the earth, do a mud mask, which is so hippie, but that's how I feel, okay? Truly, I do think, like I said with the spa, doing a mud mask is really, really good. I'll link the one that I use. I like it a lot, and it has a crystal in it, so I like that. But yeah, going out into nature, putting flowers in your hair, finding leaves that make you happy, and you know, finding ways to connect nature to beauty, because that's really what this season's about. And again, like I said, I will link that Taurus makeup and hair and outfit video down below. And now is the time, you guys. I always do a collective oracle reading for the current sign we're in. So let's go ahead and do an oracle reading for Taurus season and see what Spirit has to say. Okay, you guys, I know you can't see my face, but I'm here. And let's go ahead and do our Taurus oracle reading for the collective. Going to be using my Zend Out ritual deck as always. And my, what is this called? This is the Enlightenment book by Chuck Spezzano. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Thought I would add some fun, little extra spice. I tried to get my crystal deck, but it was stuck, and I'll talk about that later. I couldn't get it out of its thing. Okay, let's take a deep breath together. Okay, Spirit, what does the collective need to know for this Taurus season? What should we be thinking about and connecting with this Taurus season? Waning gibbous. What do we need to know? Oh, well, there goes 2. Okay. Ooh, okay, you guys, quite the combo today. We have the Waning Gibbous, Reflection, Meditation, Receiving, Yarrow, Dream, Charm, sorry, I cannot read this, Charm, Allure, and Black, Warning, Quiet, and Loss. Okay, you guys, I feel like as a collective, we are probably going to be shedding a lot. With the loss, I'm really taking this as a loss of something, like removing the negativity, because this is such like a fun card to have in between. This is such a positive, you know, bright, happy card. So I don't take this as like this is going to be a bad time at all. I see this as we are like releasing like any negative traits, any self-limiting beliefs, or maybe more so not a warning. I mean, maybe it does say, maybe a warning that we need to be assessing this, especially through reflection and meditation with this Waning Gibbous, right? So we're kind of looking back on our past cycle, if you will, thinking about what has been holding us back, what has been, you know, keeping us from this dream card, from reaching our goals. And really making sure that we're losing. If we're gonna lose something, we might as well lose the bad shit that we hold on to. We might as well lose our negative traits. You know what I mean? So let's actually ask my enlightenment deck, what is something that we should lose? Spirit, what is something that we as a collective need to banish from our life for our greatest good? Ah! Okay, we got 2. We've got the shamanic test, the unconscious, and neediness in relationships. Okay, I'm actually getting kind of a message from these 2 coming out together. And I'm kind of feeling that this is, with the shamanic test, I'm feeling that this is almost like this feeling that we need to look to others for the truth. And I'm always preaching about this, though I do consider myself, you know, to be a bit of a teacher on here for you guys. I will never be like, let me tell you who you are. Let me tell you what you need to do. I am only trying to help you uncover your own truth and be able to listen to yourself. And I'm seeing that this is maybe saying, as a collective, we have been much too reliant on looking for the leader or looking for, you know, the person to tell us who we are or the person to teach us, you know, about our past lives. You know, you have all the information. So I'm seeing this as like, you know, you are your own leader. So you need to get rid of this neediness of others. You don't need anybody else. And I don't, you know, I mean that in so many senses of the word. You don't need anyone to tell you who you are. You don't need anybody to lead you to your path. Like, you have all the answers within yourself. So I'm feeling like this is really I think that I'm seeing a lot of, we should connect ourselves to Earth. We should connect ourselves to Mother Nature. And with that, we will get these tools to, you know, we have actually receiving right here. I didn't look at that. I wasn't thinking about that when I said that, but we will receive from Mother Earth, you know, all of the confidence in ourselves that we need. And of course, always do, you know, your shadow work, always do your inner child healing. But I think this is really good. I feel like Spirit is presenting us with quite a quest. I don't think this is, you know, it's gonna be breezy and you don't have to do anything, which, like, how boring would life be if we didn't have to do anything? This is feeling like this is gonna be the month of realization that we have this charm, we have this allure, we have the power. And also with this card, I'm feeling lots of fun. Oh, and this is just so fun. I'm just feeling this is so Venus, right? Like this is so Taurus in my opinion. It's just so, it's beauty, it's earthy, it's all of the good. So yeah, I hope that made sense for you guys. Again, you know, lots of go into meditation, but instead of being so in your house or in your meditation room or wherever you go out into nature, meditate in the park, you know, go connect with nature and allow yourself to lose that negativity, allow yourself to lose your neediness, you know, and also if you do consider yourself a shaman or a spiritual person, you might be going through quite a bit of a test. You might be, you know, feeling it. You know, maybe you feel like the weight of the world is on you and like you're having to do a whole lot, but yeah, definitely letting go of that neediness or that looking to others for the answer. So that concludes our reading. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this was fun for you and that you like these videos, because I truly love putting these videos out there. Hopefully teaching you guys something new about each season, and hopefully we grow each one and learn to kind of feel that energy. I am very excited to enter signs that are not super natal to my own. You know, the next couple of signs, I don't have any. I have a whole lot of stelliums in my chart, and those are Aquarius, Aries, and Pisces. And then I have my Taurus rising. So from here on out, it'll be truly an adventure for me. I hope you guys continue to come along. I just want to send a great thank you to everybody who supports me, who watches my podcast, who is a Patreon. You guys are just awesome, and I just love you guys, and I'm so thankful that you guys like me and trust me and, you know, come to me for advice. It makes me feel so happy. It makes me feel like I'm living my purpose. So thank you guys. Also, I bought Moldavite, so things might get spicy. Okay, well, I will see you guys next time. I love you. Bye.